What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back in Cali. We are back in the Bay. We are back home here in the garage. I want to quickly talk about what happened literally before we left, so keep up because I'm gonna plow through it really quickly. Before I took off to Florida, I was working on my brother's wagon. I was working on his front brake setup, and we were upgrading a lot of things, and I just kind of had this sudden urge to just bounce. So I literally closed that video off, threw everything in the garage, and booked a flight to Florida the same night, and then took off the next morning. It was a pretty penny, but we ended up going to Florida. It was an impulsive decision with no plans. I kind of just took off, went to Florida. Only Raheem knew I was showing up because we were kind of chatting about FL2K for the last week or so, and he picked me up. We went to the S1 shop. We surprised everybody. We were in Florida for about a week, and then I had to force myself to go home because I can't stay there forever, right? Although we kind of spoke about some things possibly happening in the future. I don't know, but you know, don't count on it, guys. But we ended up booking a flight to Vegas instead of going home after calling my tuner trying to figure out what was going on, and they are permanently in Las Vegas now, Red Zone, and I decided to kind of pop in and kind of just give a surprise visit to them. Jeremy and Nisa was kind enough to take me into their home and give me a place to sleep and also a vehicle to drive. Big thank you to Jeremy and Nisa, and also once more Mai and San for allowing me to stay at your guys' place. And then it just kind of escalated. Like, I was there for a couple of days, which then turned into a week, which then turned to a, oh, you should stay for this meet, you should stay for that meet, oh, you should come to this event. And then next thing you know, we're 4 weeks deep. We went to SEMA, and then I finally forced myself to go home, which was a day after SEMA on Saturday, which was 2 days ago, and we are finally back here in the garage. Everybody who was around, thank you guys so much for making this trip a great one. I definitely had a great time in Florida, also definitely had a blast in Vegas, and the trip is not going to end. I only came home because we actually have a NorCal Series Owners Cruise coming up next week, and I came back home because I need to fix my KRX. I need to pull the car up to do the head gasket, which is not going to be in this video because obviously we kind of just left my brother's car on jack stands, and there's one more thing I need to do with this car before I slap the wheels back on and move it off the driveway. I need to get the KRX going, or at least try to get the KRX going. The work only takes maybe a day or so, depending how fast the machine shop can get the cylinder head done. And if I can't get that car done in time, the red car technically runs. It just needs an exhaust system, and I need to modify the front wheel drive exhaust system to clear the all-wheel drive system, unless I take the all-wheel drive system back out to put the front wheel drive exhaust system back on. I know it sounds confusing, but the car runs and drives great. It just needs an exhaust, and I could technically take that on the cruise. We'll talk more about it when we get into prepping for the NorCal Series on a cruise on the 13th. And if any of you guys want to join us in the NorCal Series cruise, I'll be sure to leave the Facebook link in the description below so you guys can get all the details about it. I'm 100% certain this video will drop before the event, so if you guys can make it, slide through. A lot to do before I actually get down to work with the KRX tomorrow. Today, what I want to do is, everything looks exactly the same before I left. So what I want to do is I want to clean the garage, right? I got a lot of stuff everywhere. I got wheels sitting there, I got wheels sitting there, I got these wheels to go back onto the car. I got the 2 giant boxes that showed up from S1 here. I got to clear those boxes out and find a home location for everything in that. But I want my workstation to be very clean before I start working on my KRX. So I want to say, before the wheel goes on, what I need to do with my brother's car is I need to fix his exhaust system, because we did tilt the engine backward for better axle angle. We made a new motor mount in the front, which then the exhaust system is now kind of aiming up and rattling on the chassis. I need to go underneath the car to figure out where it's hitting and readjust the hangers to get it to clear. Then we can throw the wheels back on and get this car off the driveway. I definitely do not miss doing this, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So you can see right there, that is 100% touching right here, and it seems like it may be hitting somewhere right here as well. You can hear it. I just need to jack the car up higher or go in deeper. So I'm gonna do a quick fix on the exhaust system, rubbing on the chassis. The other part that's touching is right here. The carrier bearing flange is literally touching the exhaust system right there, right? So what I'm gonna do is, in order for me to clear the exhaust system, is to like angle the exhaust on the flange. So that means cutting and welding to kind of angle this downward to be away from the chassis. The quick fix that I'm gonna do is, you can see here, let me see. So I'm gonna pry right here, and you can see the gap opening up where it's touching, right? As well as, let me see, as well as right here, right? So what I'm gonna do is, this hanger, this bushing, when I pry the exhaust system, it opens up the bushing, and I'm gonna stuff that bushing with hard hose, like coolant hose. I'm gonna shove a bunch of them in here to kind of keep this extracted, like opened up, so that way we can get the gap we need for the exhaust system to the chassis. It's ghetto, but I need this car off the driveway, so simple enough. If I pry it open, even one did it. There's a good 1/4 inch gap there. There's a gap here. I'm gonna put a zip tie on here so it doesn't fall out. The exhaust rattle is not bad, but on acceleration you can hear it. So that's the only reason why I'm doing this little fix, temporary. A little bit gap is better than no gap, and no vibration. So that's definitely not going to move. All right, simple enough. And like I mentioned earlier, I kind of just upped and left, so I didn't even bother painting the caliper where the wheel was rubbing. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. The way the exhaust muffler is off-centered bothers me. this is the first drive after doing the brakes, and right off the bat, no more exhaust noises rubbing on the chassis. The brakes work great. Oh man, when this car is dialed, my brother's gonna have an awesome time. Man, move! I gotta figure out what's going on with my KRX, why it won't turn with the key. Because I'm definitely not pushing this thing up to the driveway. Old 30 old brake lines. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss them out, because if I don't do it now, it's probably never gonna leave that tray. That no idle air control life. Oh, I miss driving my car. KRX is on the driveway, and hopefully tomorrow we're gonna tear this car apart. I'm gonna try my best to pull the cylinder head out of the engine bay without taking out the engine. I saw the homie Hellboy did it on his CRX to fix his head gasket issue, and it'll save me a ton of time. So I already have, I don't even know, okay, right here. So I already have a brand new OEM K24 head gasket right there. I've done a lot of tests and also ran a couple of scenarios through some of the friends, and they also told me that it's potentially the head gasket that's wrong with the KRX. So we're gonna do that hopefully tomorrow and finish it before the weekend. But the KRX, we're not gonna touch it today. Now, my brother's car over there, there's a few more things that we need to do before it is ready to drive and have fun with. The car needs to go into alignment because we did lower the car. We do have new suspension, we have new camber kits, and it just needs the alignment, and then we can bring it back here on the driveway so we can tear it apart to do the injectors, to get them cleaned. We got to do the new pulley so we can up the PSI. We have the map sensor go into it. A lot to do with that car still, a lot of simple things to do with that car still, and then that thing will hit the dyno. Okay guys, so I cut down as much boxes as I could and just kind of relocated a couple of things. Like I had multiple boxes of stainless steel tubing, so I just kind of combined it into one. Just really trying to clean as much stuff as I can. So can't really do too much anymore, only because everything is engines. K20, LS VTEC, B20, K20, LS. Again, this is going to be assembled in a later video. This one right here, I need pistons to send it off to the machine shop to get bored out. This one needs a tear down so we can do all of the new stuff on it. It's already too late to go to the storage unit. These are my DR20s. I bought these brand spanking new with drag, first released them. I still have them till this day. It's been about 12 years now, and I'm gonna dismount these tires, toss them because they are cambered out pretty badly. Take the wheels, put them in the storage unit. This right here is going to the storage unit as well too. The K20, I'm gonna find a way to get that to the storage unit so we can clear up some space here, because there's really no purpose for that engine other it being a spare, and no, it's not for sale. Aside from that, not much more I can do in the garage other than clean a little bit here, a little bit there. All I wanted to do was get my brother's car off the driveway and the KRX here so we can work on it tomorrow. We did go an hour back, so that means we lose daylight a lot faster, and the sky has been filled with overcast and it is starting to sprinkle. It has been raining while I was in Las Vegas, so we're gonna expect some rain. We're gonna expect some cold winds, but we're gonna try to beast it out here in the garage and still make content and still make progress on these cars. I need to stop slacking. I need to send out this boxer here to S1 so we can get both the drive shafts made for the giveaway car and for the red car, so we can get the ball rolling on them two suckers. I'm gonna remind myself to do that tomorrow. I also need to go to the PO box anyways, because we do have the billet hinges from PLM. Shout out to Jonathan. And we're gonna install them on, I wanna say my car, so I'm gonna throw the billet hinges on this car when we get to it, but I have to go pick it up first. A lot to do, a lot to catch up on, guys, and I am stoked to be back here in the garage to get the ball rolling on everything. And once we square up everything that we are trying to do this week, we need to bring the wagon back so we can switch out the transmission or repair the third gear if I can find a third gear set, so we can get the car back up and going. Because trash day is tomorrow, I got 2 more boxes I'm trying to get rid of, so let me go ahead and grab those, open it up, find some home locations for them, and then we'll cap this video out. If you guys remember the Tail of the Dragon video, we went to Georgia, and on our way back from Tail of the Dragon, we crossed to Georgia once again to meet up with a subscriber. I want to say his name is Kenny. Sorry if I got it wrong. Kenny hooked me up with a bunch of parts he no longer needs, and a lot of this stuff is going to come in handy, especially the stuff in the second box. This is the first box right here. So a lot of stuff didn't actually make it here because either I have them already, or it's useless to me, or it's just stuff that's just going to add too much weight. So I took the stuff that I know I can use, and man, this box got beat up. But anyways, it's here nonetheless. But shout out to San, he helped me pack all of this to get it out here in Cali, and hopefully nothing is missing. But anyways, so forged piston kit. If you guys didn't remember from that video, we got some new forged pistons. These are 81.5, or sorry, these are 82 mil. 82 mil right there. These are flat tops, they're about 10-1. We got this as spares. San wrapped up every single piston and rod that came out of the Darton block. So where's the other one at? Damn, this one must have got damaged during shipping, dude. You're kidding me. That is so unfortunate. Damn. Okay, well, anyways, spare pistons down there. These are 82 mil. So we got piston and rods. This right here is an OBD1 timing cover. They're hard to come by nowadays, especially B-series stuff. We have intermediate shaft. This is DA, which is a female end. That is going to go over there. This is the dart block girdle. Man, this thing got beat up too. Holy cow. LS B20 intake manifold. That's going to come in clutch for this B20 motor because it does not have a manifold on it. Crane pulley bolt, DA EFB swap T-bracket. This is part of the dart block. That is the rear main seal cover. This is the hardware for the girdle. We have 3 ECUs right here. I'm shooting this over to Nomis Industries because he can use it. This right here, I want to say AM cam gears. This box right here is the Darton sleeve block, an actual Darton sleeve block. Not entirely sure what the game plan is with this block, but I can assure you we're gonna put it to use. Perfectly packed. Big shout out to San. Thank you for helping me pack this into the box and layer it up to ensure that it comes here safe. There is a little beat up corner here, but it doesn't look like anything structurally is broken, which is good. So this right here, guys, is a Darton sleeve. I'm not going to pull it out of the box or the wrapping because we're not doing anything with it right now. But most definitely want to throw in like all the block stuff in here just so that we don't lose them, because the girdle is specific to this block, and want to make sure we don't lose anything, right? So yeah, dart block. Shout out Kenny, thank you once again for all of these stuff that you provided on our trip back down to Florida. We're definitely going to put it to use. We just don't know what we're doing with it yet. So I am going to wrap up the video right here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this progress update. Know that we are back in the garage, and the garage stuff is going to continue here from this video forward. I know a lot of you guys may not be entertained with the vlogging out of the garage because the views shows and the likes on the video also shows as well too. I thought you guys would have like enjoyed the Florida vlogs or the Vegas vlogs, but I may be wrong. But regardless of the fact, we are back in the garage and we're going to continue the wrenching videos. So if you guys are stoked that we're back here in the garage, be sure to hit the like button, and if you guys want to stick around for all the shenanigans to follow, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And also adding one more thing to the agenda, maybe this week, we're gonna be working on my brother's lifted wagon again, because while I was gone, some people just don't know how to stop at an intersection and smack my brother's car. But we're gonna fix that.